Hey everybody, welcome back. I am finishing up my Thanksgiving meal with a macaroni and cheese with a white cream sauce, as I promised. And you are in the pastor's kitchen. And so what we're going to do, we're going to start out with a white cream sauce. I'm going to add milk to it, and then I'm going to temper the eggs that I have with the warm milk. Add flour to the milk when I'm cooking this on the stove, and we're going to add the cheese to it, and then we're going to go ahead and add it on the pipe rigate noodles. I wanted to try something different with the noodles this time, and it'd give it a different style as well and a different look. It isn't so much that food tastes good, sometimes you want it to be presented in a good fashion as well. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the milk, adding it. I have 3 cups of milk here that I'm adding, and I got to bring this to a boil here. And so we're going to take the spoon, this spoon here, and just bring this to a boil. It's going to take a minute for this to come to a boil. But as it's getting warm, then I'll add it to the egg. You don't want to add the egg to the milk or to the noodles while it's hot, because the egg will cook. And so you don't want that to be presented in your noodles at all. So let's wait till this gets a little bit hotter and it starts to boiling, and then I'm going to add my flour in here as well. I'm going to add the flour as a thickening to this. And so I'm going to add it as I need it. I have a cup of flour added to these 3 cups of milk, and I may have to add additional milk depending on how much cheese that I'm putting in here as well, because I want a good amount of cheese sauce to add to the noodles. Okay? I pray that you all are having a fantastic Thanksgiving. I am. This concludes my meal. And when I'm done with this as well, I want to take the time out and present to you everything that I've done for the day, and how we put the meal together and present it to you. So we'll have a final video, just a presentation video only of all the foods that we've done for the entire day. And so I want to tell you a little bit about the cheese that I have. I have a Gruyere cheese, a Parmesan cheese, and a white cheddar cheese for a white cream sauce here that we're going to add to this, and we're going to add seasonings to this as well. So while that's getting warm, let me season the noodles a little bit. You want to add some flavor to this, so you definitely want to put some seasoning on it. And you know, my go-to all the time is this magic salt-free seasoning that I'm putting on here to begin, and then I'm going to put it around on the noodles, put a little adobo on here. And then finally some pepper. Don't have to add a lot to it. Different seasonings to it. You want to make sure that you're tasting the flavor of the cheese. All right? And I'm quite sure I'm going to need some butter in here too. We'll finalize that once we do it. The noodles, move them around to get the seasoning on here while that milk is getting rather warm. It's getting warm over there now. And this won't take long. I have preheated my oven already to 350 degrees. And so we're going to put this inside of the oven in a little bit once we get the cheese sauce on here. And that shouldn't take long at all to get done. The main thing to do when you are cooking is to prep, excuse me, my goodness, the seasonings. I'm smelling the pepper. Is to prep your food in advance, and then it won't take you long to get things together. What I do for the holiday season is that I do all of my pastries first. I cook them maybe a couple of days before, and you want to kind of spread the time out a little bit so that you're not so exhausted from cooking as well, especially if you enjoy doing it. It can be overwhelming at the same time. I also have some deli mustard that I'm going to add to this for a little flavor to enhance this too, but just a little. I didn't have any powdered mustard, and so you have to substitute. The meal can still be fantastic if you know the additional things to add to it. Now my milk is getting warm here. I can see it. It's about to come to a boil. And so I'm going to add the flour in a little bit at a time, just as a thickening agent for this. And I may not need all of this flour. And you're constantly stirring it, and the purpose of stirring it so that this flour will not lump up inside of here constantly. And I'm going to get my whisk in a minute. That's going to make it so much better when I get my whisk. Yes. There you go. I like to keep my tools on hand too so that I can utilize them when I need them. They are accessible, quick and easy. So this is coming to a boil, and as it comes to a boil, the milk and everything will get thick. I'm smelling that flour and everything, y'all, so pardon me. Flour and the pepper still is in my nose. So there we go. Constantly doing that. There we go. Now I'm going to take that alongside here. Stay over there, Kyle, with that and address that over there. Stay with that right there for me for a minute. There we go. I'm going to add, as I said, you have to temper. This is coming to a boil, which I wanted it to do, to get thick. See the thickness there? And then I'm going to start adding my cheese in a little at a time. But before I do that, I'm going to temper these eggs. And what I'm saying, take a little bit of this and put in here, the milk in here with this egg, so that it will not cook, and stir it around in there so it becomes the temperature of whatever you're cooking as well. Get another spoon, and I'm going to stir it with one, and then put the milk in with the other. That is so important. I'm going to lower the heat on here, because I don't want this egg to actually cook. I just want to, as a binding agent, put it into my macaroni and cheese. All right, and I'm going to stir it with this one so I can put it right on in with that other cheese. Let's start adding the cheese. Here we go, everybody. A little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. They're ready to eat too. I've been cooking all day and taping all day to make sure that I have enough tape for everybody to view. It's been important to me because people have been asking me, and so I made the time to get this done today. I'm going to add more milk. Notice I kept some milk on the side because I knew I had a lot of cheese to do this with, and so we're going to make sure that this blends down. I'm making a cheese sauce to pour over the noodles. Keep it simple, and it'll spread evenly over the noodles. Just turn this fire down some. See how thick that's getting with the cheese in there too? We shredded the cheese too to make sure that would be okay. I'm going to put some more milk in it, and I think I may need more milk as well. Gonna get a little bit more milk, everybody, to add to it, because I have more cheese to add to it. I'm going to make sure I add all of that cheese. Now, I've given you the measurements for this, but you may have to adjust it depending on what you have. And so you have to think about some things as you're cooking along the way. And as you mature in cooking, you'll learn those little things that you have to do. You can tweak a recipe, change it to be your own, add some other ingredients to it, downsize some things, take half the size of a recipe, or add to it if you want to expand it. So it's all up to you. And time, as you do it more and more, you'll learn what to do and how to do something. So we're going to add all of this to this, that cheese to there, and we're going to pour all of this cheese sauce over those noodles over there. And we've already seasoned it, and what I'm going to do first before I put it in the oven, I'm going to take a spoon or something and taste everything too as well. We're going to let this cook down and melt, and then we're going right over to the noodles and pour this on the noodles and blend it all in together. So while that's doing that, I'm going to take the egg. Follow me, Cal. Let's take the egg and put on here while that's getting together over there. Just like that old-fashioned recipe that Mama taught you how to make the macaroni and cheese. Same way, you know. And see, my recipe, this is my recipe with the different noodles that I'm adding the egg to, because I read it somewhere else and it didn't say add an egg to it, but this is the old-fashioned recipe of it. And some things you don't want to take from your recipe. It's a binding agent for it as well. So definitely. And then we'll put the cheese sauce over it. Let's get to rocking and rolling. Here we go. That's my cheese there. And I don't need it to melt all the way down. I just want to get it in a good sauce. I'm going to add a little bit more milk here to loosen that up some. Make sure that it's warm. Turn my fire up, and I tell you, in a couple of minutes, we're going to take this sauce and put over that over there. This is going to make the meal Oh, it's gonna be so awesome. Put it in the oven. And I'm stirring it constantly because cheese will burn if you let it sit and turn the fire up too high on it. So you have to be conscious of that and make sure you're not doing that. I'm gonna take this now and lift this up and pour this cheese sauce on these noodles. This is going to be really, really good. Look at all that sauce. And so I purposely made sure I had enough sauce to go over these noodles. It's not macaroni and cheese if you don't have enough cheese on it as well. So we're going to put this back on the side. I don't want to do an overkill on it, but I want to make sure I have enough to go in here. Look at that. Does that look good, Cal? Oh man, that looks good. You're not answering me, Cal. Doesn't that look good?
Oh, I forgot they can't see me nodding.
Oh, you got to talk to me, man. I can't hear you either. Doesn't looking up at you. You know what I'm going to do too? I'm going to taste this. It looks really good, I tell you. But looks is not enough. Let's make sure we can taste it. Let's see what's going on with this. Ooh. Oh God, that's good. That's good. We're going to put the rest of this on here. It's missing something. It's got to have some butter in it. I'm going to add some butter to it. That is it. And I'm hoping I have some butter in my fridge here. Other than that, I may have to get some out of my additional refrigerator for me. Let's see what we got going on here. It needs a little bit more seasoning too. The cheese is there. I do have a stick of butter. That's all that I need. And we're going to cut this up. Put this butter down inside of here. Season it a little bit more and put this baby in the oven. Okay. And this should be just fine. Let's put a little bit more seasoning on here. Pepper. Make sure we can taste it. And this is going in the oven, y'all. Is everybody ready to eat?
Yes.
So that's my background right there. I didn't hear everybody. Is everybody ready to eat?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now I'm hearing everybody. Like I made them wait today. They waited on me to make sure that I had all of my videos done for the day too, so that I could have the opportunity to share with you guys as well. And so this doesn't appear to have enough milk in it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pour some additional milk in here. That's just old school in me, just to know that. To add a little bit more milk inside of here. And I'm going to put a little bit more around the edges there. So it'll blend in a little bit more. And then we're going to pop it right in the oven. And that would be it. Just stay with me a little while longer, you all. And we are done. Let's put a little bit more milk in here. Make sure that cheese and everything, you spread it out evenly. Yes. Yes. There we go. You can tell the difference right there. There we go. There we go. Kiki, I know you're waiting on this mac and cheese. I can hear you over there smacking your lips in the corner. Can my uncle hurry up with that mac and cheese? He promised me. Okay, let's test it one more time. A clean fork, you all. Let's do that. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Jesus. Jesus. Jesus, let's put this in the oven. That's it. Now, what we're going to do to finalize everything, we're going to have one major video once this is completed and cooked. And then we'll be able to give you the full presentation of the spread that we've done for the day. And my final words for you today is to make sure that you're giving thanks. Not just thanks for just this day, but give God thanks for everything He has done. He's a good, good Father. Yes, He is. No Father like Him. And so we want to give Him glory on this day. We want to acknowledge Him for all of His goodness, all of His blessings that He has bestowed upon us. Continue to give Him thanks. God bless you all.